In this video, I head down the Ayrshire coast towards the village of Dunure, where my intention is to make some moody images of the castle, which sits right on the coastline on a rocky outcrop. It doesn't all go to plan though, as always, so join me now and see how we get on with this. Right, well, I'm at Dunure Castle, and I seem to remember last time I was here a few years ago now, I managed to find a composition that involved this little waterfall. Yeah, I think it was round about here that I shot. Now obviously the waterfall's not really that big, but I think if I get down low and really emphasise the waterfall, make it larger in the frame, then there might be a shot there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll agree. With very little water coming over the falls, this just didn't work today. So I gave up on this particular spot and decided to move slightly further down the coast. Okay, right, I'm moving on to another spot. I'm just trying to find some more compositions. I'm wondering if there's something I can do with these rocks and the incoming tide. Because as you can see, there is a little bit of movement in the water. It does look as if the sun's trying to break through. So I'm hopeful that we might get a bit of direct light. That'll make it look a little bit more dramatic. That's quite a viewpoint, isn't it? I might actually grab this shot, go vertical, and see if we can do something with that. Make the most of these foreground rocks. Yeah, I think that's a shot there. Okay, let me talk you through my thinking here. I've noticed this pool here with these rocks, and we've got some rather nice reflections in there. But my thinking is, if I can get to the far end of the pool and look back towards the castle, my thinking is it might be possible to get a shot where you've got the castle reflected in that rock pool. So I'm just rather precariously trying to make my way across without falling in the water or dropping the camera, and I'm looking to see if there's a possible shot. I need to get a wee bit further out, but it's looking possible. It's looking like it might be possible. I'm going to put the video camera away and see if I can get myself out there, and I'll come back to you in a moment. Hopefully. Right, let me talk you through what I did there, because unfortunately I wasn't able to video it completely, and the reason for that is the tide's coming in, but it's coming in quite quickly. And what I did was I was out, I'll just show you here, I was out here standing on those rocks shooting the castle with this big pool in the foreground, and I was aiming to try and get some reflections, as I mentioned, but unfortunately the sun came out and it started to get way too bright. But I had to move quickly because, as I say, the tide's coming in, and I had to actually get off that rock pretty quickly. As you can see, it's completely submerged now, and the water between here and there is actually close to the limit of my wellies. So I was wanting to get away from the water side as quickly as possible. So now I'm going to make my way round to the other side of the castle and shoot back and see if we can get some shots there, because as you might be able to see, the sun has now broken through, or at least it's coming through some very light cloud, and so I'm hoping that we might get some quite dramatic silhouettes of the castle. Right, let's go. Right, what about this for a view? Basically what I've done is I've come up onto the rocks, and that's allowed me to get this rather dramatic angle on the castle. But what I really like, other than the obvious castle shape, is these white, yellow and green coloured rocks that we've got scattered along at the base of the castle. So I'm trying to make the most of them and include the castle. It's proven to be quite tricky because the sun is directly just off to the side there. Maybe you can see that. So it's causing the sky to burn out very quickly. Yeah, the tide's coming in quite quickly now, so I was going to try and make my way across there, but I know, actually we'll have a look, but I might not manage to get across there before the tide comes completely in. Oh yeah, made it. Just as you can see, the tide is getting very close now. But at least I'm back on solid ground. And there's the castle. Okay. Right, I'm down, and as you can see, we're getting some quite spectacular waves coming in now. But that's looking out to sea. I want to try and find an angle where I can include some of the crashing waves and the castle. So I think that's going to involve me getting to the other side of these rocks and trying to find a spot where I can get out a little bit further so that I'm looking back on the castle. Right, I've come over to the rocks at the far end of the little bay. And what that's allowing me to do is include some of the sea. I can include the water's crashing on these rocks every now and again, just like this. And also we're getting some water crashing here, and that's giving us some interesting foreground. I might have to do a bit of cropping, and I'll probably have to paint in several exposures because the big waves are few and far between, but I want to try and include a couple of them to make it look even more dramatic. So I'm just firing off frame after frame just now in the hope that we catch some of these big waves just as they're breaking, and then again as they break here, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. Okay, right, what about this for a composition? I was actually just making my way around to these other boulders in the hope that I could get some crashing waves, when I noticed we've got this rock pool here, which if you get up around about that kind of height, forms quite an interesting leading line, and you've got the added bonus in that there's a little bit of a reflection of the castle in there as well. And because this isn't tidal, it's not getting disturbed by the waves, so the reflections are pretty reasonable. So I've just taken a shot there in portrait orientation where I've focused here on the foreground rock, used the leading line of the water, which is taking you up to this little hint of the coastline where you are getting waves crashing, and then the castle beyond. Not bad for a shot I wasn't anticipating. I turned round as I came over those rocks and saw it, so I thought it made an interesting shot. Unfortunately, you can't get more of the reflection because of the way the boulders are. You can't get low enough to include the entire castle. Right, what do I know? I was just confidently telling you that there was not an angle where you could include more of the castle reflection, and then I realised that if I came up slightly onto the rocks, I can include a little bit more of the tower, or what's left of the tower, in this indentation in the rock pool. So that is actually a slightly better composition. I'm still shooting in portrait mode because I still want to include the bulk of this pool, which is falling off just below me there. But yeah, by getting a little higher onto the rocks, I can include a little bit more of the castle's reflection. And it's just a matter of trying to find the gap between the side of the pool and the reflection of the castle, so you've got that clear definition. Is there a shot there? Do you know, see if we could get just a little bit of direct light on the castle to make that pop from the background. I think that would be quite a nice shot. You've got these foreground rocks pretty much framing the castle in the gap there. A little bit to the side here, yeah, something like that. And unfortunately, it's kind of bland day. But if we could get just a little bit of dramatic light on the castle, I think that would look very, very nice. Right, here we are. This is actually proving to be quite interesting because I can't actually see the waves coming in until the very last minute, but what I can do is hear them. There's this big huge rock here is in between me and the open sea, so I can't really see what's coming my way, but you can hear the larger waves. Oh yes, there we go. You can hear the larger waves coming, and so I'm trying to time the shutter with when I think these larger waves are going to crash in, and include them in the frame. So, and I don't want to tempt fate, but it does actually look like we might be about to get just a little hint of direct sunlight on the scene as well, and that will really add to the scene if we can get some direct light. Right. Now, I've been shooting these at fairly fast shutter speeds, about 1/50th of a second, because I wanted to get that kind of impression of movement in the rocks, in the waves, sorry. But what I might do is throw the neutral density filter back on and really draw out the shutter speed. Yeah, as I'd hoped, we've got just a little hint of direct light coming through, and that's just picking out the castle, but it's leaving this foreground rock pretty much in shadow. What I'm doing is I'm focused on the foreground rock. I'm going to then refocus on the castle itself next time we get a direct burst of light through, and we'll see if we can make something from them in post-processing. I'm still shooting long exposures, and I'm still trying to time it. So, oh, that was a nice one. Still trying to time it so that we've got, the waves crashing off the rocks just as I trip the shutter. We've lost that direct light on the castle again, as you can see, but it is quite clearly visible further up the coast. So with a bit of luck, that's going to work its way here, and we might get another dramatic shot. There's a big wave. I'm trying to include that, I don't know if you saw that there, but there is a little gap behind this rock here, and when the waves are particularly large, you get some water coming through here, so I'm trying to include that as well, but that's proving to be quite elusive. I think I got it earlier, but I'm looking to try and get another one or two just so that I know I've definitely got it. So that's it for Dunure and another video. Hope you liked. If you did, don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed yet, hit subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.